Alright, so while I've still got the light, I'm going to share with you guys what I've been working on my day off, aside from my video response to Bug Out Bubba. So, close to my birthday now, and about half my life ago, when I was 15, I was doing snow caving on my birthday for about 3 years in a row. And I've been getting the bug lately. I don't know why. Maybe it's a reverse midlife crisis kind of thing, seeing as how I'm turning 30 this year. But I've been getting the urge to dig a snow cave. Normally we would do this up on Mount Hood, find a nice gully or ravine where the snow at the bottom is like 10-15 feet deep, and you just start walking in a circle with a group of guys, pounding the snow down, piling it up in the middle, and most importantly, compacting it with your shovels throughout the entire process, making the entire thing dense. Now, I've been fighting the snow all day because it is just the loosest powder. It's like trying to pile salt up. But the more that you work snow, the more it clumps and becomes harder, crystallizes. So it's getting a lot harder. You can see just how powdery it is. But if I don't mess with it too much, it'll harden into a nice shell. Now, I started on this end earliest, so it's hardest. And it's letting me start to tunnel into it. And it's important to get your tunnel started early so that it can start to harden from inside. Give me just a second and I'll set us up to watch a little bit. So, like I said, when I was a teenager, we did these snow caving campouts each year for like 3 or 4 years straight, and they always landed on the night of my birthday. So I'd even bring some cake, some other special stuff. Now, when we did this as Boy Scouts, we did it on Mount Hood, and we had the benefit of getting to go and change next to a fire at Timberline Lodge. And I'm doing this tonight next to my house, where I'll get to do the same thing. And I've never actually done this in a survival situation where you didn't have the benefit of somewhere warm to change. But that will only make it so much harder, especially if you can get a good fire going. Changing into warm, dry clothes is going to be the key point once you've got your snow cave built. Now, this has taken me a good few hours today to work on, in between a few breaks and things like that. It goes a lot quicker with a squad of Boy Scouts because one of these for 3 or 4 people isn't that much bigger than the same one for one person. And in fact, I've made this a lot bigger than I needed to. But it's going to give me plenty of space for myself, as well as a bug out bag if that's what I was doing, or just a good bit of gear. So, as you can see, it's getting pretty cozy in there. And in case any of you aren't familiar with the idea of a snow cave, it gets pretty darn warm inside a snow cave. I know it probably seems odd, the idea of just living right in snow, but once you get in there and you got all your walls properly smoothed out and dome-like, and that's extremely important because if you don't smooth your walls and your roof extremely well, get them extremely smooth so nothing's dripping right down on your face, you're going to have a miserable night. And I've had a couple of those doing this, when somebody didn't properly get the whole roof of the cave properly smoothed out. But it is a good skill to have, good knowledge. If you ever do find yourself in a situation where you're going to be bugging out into the woods, it might take you a day or two to build one of these properly. You might have to have a big fire going that whole time, but once you have that set up, you're going to be pretty warm until you get something more permanent going, and you can stay in one of these for a good few days. How's it look from in there? All right, so that's the beginning of my snow cave. Stay tuned with Let's Talk About Prepping for more of that.